This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, good evening. Yes, can you hear me? Hello. Yes, guys, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so previous class, increment and decrement examples discussed. There's some fun, somewhat funny last class. Interesting somewhat. Yes, how to use increment, decrement, different examples discussed. Yes, next. Yes. So unary increment, decrement completed. Next about control statements. Let us see control state. We are like a C language. Even like a C language, let us see here also. Okay. Some extra two classes is not an issue for me. I can take it. Yes, control statements. Control statements. Control statements. Yes. Like if statements, switch case statements, switch case, next while loop, next do while, next for loop, next for each. Here the control statements. Okay. So first let us start with if. See for each with arrays. Not now. Yet these arrays will discuss. For each working with arrays. Now first let us start with if statements. If statement about if statements. If statements. Yes, if statements. There are four types of if statements. There are four types. First one, yes, simple if. Simple if. Second one, yes, if else. If else. Third one, ladder if. Third one, ladder if. Simple if else. Yes, once again. First one, simple if. Second one, if else. Third one, yes, nested if. Fourth one, ladder if. Okay, simple if else, nest if, and ladder if. There are four types of if statements. First about simple if. Yes, all these things prepared in document. In document it's here. You can follow document here. Okay, simple if. Simple if is like this. If some condition, if some condition starting. Yes, here some statements. First statement. Okay. Yes, next statement. Okay. Next statement. Every statement terminating semicolon. So next statement like this. So this is simple if. Okay. Yes, if condition is true, this part executes. Suppose condition is false, nothing. Condition means something like A greater than we say condition, one condition. Suppose A double equal to 10 is a condition. Okay, I greater than 10 is one condition. This comparison. Comparison of two values is a condition. Comparison of two values, it's a condition. Okay, so here A and B comparing. A checking with 10 or not here. Okay, I value comparing it. That's it here. So this is a condition here. If A greater than B, condition something like this. Suppose condition is true, this part executes. Condition is false, nothing. Condition is false, no. That means only true part. Here only true part. Only true part. So this is simple if. Okay. Next second one here. Second one, yes. If else. If else. If else is like this. If condition is to do this. Suppose condition is false, else. Else do something here. Else do something here. Else do something. Okay. See, if condition is true, do this part. Suppose condition is false, go to else part, else do something here. So this is it. Yeah, this is if else. Next, third one, nested if. Nested if. Third one, nested if. Yes, how that nested if is working. Let us see. About nested if. Nested means statement within statement, nested one. Nested means statement within statement. See, if condition one is true, then this statement. Look after that, second condition, inner if condition 2 is true, then do this. Okay, do this. Yes, next. Suppose this is true, then one more if here. Okay, if condition 1 is true, suppose maybe some statements here. So first statement. Okay, next statement, something like this. Correct? Yes, if condition 1 is true here, then come to this statement, after that. Then second condition, checking for second condition. Suppose second condition is true, then do something here. Do something. Do this. Next statements. Next statements. After this, third condition. If condition 3. If condition 3. Okay, is true. Then do this. Yes, here. Do this. Statement. Do this. Okay. Yes. Do this. Okay. Closing. Okay. See, if condition 1 is true, then control completes. Condition 2 is true, then control completes. Condition 3 is true here, then control completes. Do this. Right? First one is true, second one is true, third one. So third one false. Third one false. Go to else part. Else. Yes, else. Do something here. Else part. In else part, this else part. Else. Else do something here. Else do something. Else do something. See this. For this, if condition is true, then control completes these statements. Second condition is true, then these statements. Third condition is true, these statements. Suppose third condition is false, else do this here. Okay. Next, suppose second condition is false. Second condition is false. Closing this is yes, else. Else do this. 1 second. Here, yes, if condition 2 is true, starting and is true part. Opening brace and closing brace. Starting and ending. Okay, this else part starting ending here. Okay. So first starting and ending. So this is true part. This true part is else part. Else part. Now here, third if is a part of second if. Third if is a part of second if. Okay, third if is a part of second if. Yes, my voice is it clear or not? Hello. Yes, guys. Is it clear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think Mr. Timma. Yes, maybe
Yes,
something
sir.
wrong.
We are clear.
Yeah, check from your side. Okay. Yes. Yes, everyone is able to hear. They are audible. Okay. Yes. Now here, see if condition. So true parts. Yes. See here, this third if is a part of second if. Okay. Now first if starting here. First if starting here. Next ending. Let us make it end here. So true parts. True part. Third if. True part starting here. Ending here. That means second if is a part of third if. Second if is a part of, second if is a part of first if here. Second if is a part of first if. This is second if is a part of first if. Third if is a part of second if. It's a nested here. Yes, statement within state nested here. So first condition is false, else do this. Yes, else do this. Else parts. Else do this. It's else parts. See here in this. So first if starting ending, else this is. See first if starting ending, true part next else parts. Next second if after this true parts, it's else parts. Second if starting and it's true parts, it's else parts. Third if true parts and else part like this. So this is nested if. Next fourth one ladder if. Fourth one ladder if. Fourth one ladder if. Yes, ladder if is like this. If condition 1 is true, then do some statements here. Do this. Okay. Yes, executing the statements. Condition 1 is to do this. Do this. Suppose false. Second condition 1 false. Then else if. False else part. Else space if condition. Yes, condition 2. Okay. Then do this part. Yes. If condition 1 is true, then do this part. Condition 1 false, go to else part. Else if condition 2. Suppose condition 2 is true, then do this. Suppose condition to false, else if third condition. Okay, suppose this is false, else if fourth condition, else if fifth condition, else if sixth condition. Suppose if you want to stop it, else stop it. That's it here. Okay, see, condition 1 is true, then execution of this part, then stops. Suppose false, go to else part, next level. Condition 2 is true, then stopping here only. Suppose next level also false, go to third level. Third level is true, stopping here. Third level false, go to next level. Okay, see, this step 1. Initially true means here execute stopping. Suppose first step 1 failed, go to second step here. Second step failed, third step here. Third step failed, fourth step here. So first step is successfully completed, stopping there only. For example, first attempt successfully completed, stopping. So first attempt failed, else if second attempt. Okay, then do this. So second attempt failed, go to else. Third attempt, previous do this. Third attempt failed. So step by step like this. Else if like this. Finally getting success, right? Else this is. Okay. Yes. Here. So condition 1, condition 2 can not have 4 times fails here. Then else do taking some other decision here. So this is a ladder if. Now see this. Nested if multiple conditions. Condition 1, condition 2, condition 3. Ladder if also multiple conditions. Condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, condition 4 like this. No limit on this. Both are multiple conditions. Then what's the difference? Nested if and ladder if. What's the difference here? See, in case of nested if, condition 1 is true, checking for second one. Second one is true, third one. True, true, true. We are checking for true. If it is true, go to next statement. Suppose this is to go to next statement. Okay, like this is true, this is checking for true. But in ladder if, condition if false, second condition. Second false, third condition. Third false, fourth condition. In nested if, first one is true, second condition. So second condition true, next condition. Next is true. So this is true, this is true, this is true. But ladder if reverse. Condition 1 false, go to next condition. Second false, go to next one. Yes, false, go to next one. So this is nested if is checking for true, ladder if checking for reverse. Ladder if is a reverse of nested if. Ladder if is a reverse of nested if. Ladder if is a list the reverse of nested if here. Okay. See, nested if checking for true means is a positive approach. Positive approach. True means positive. False means negative, right? Nested if is a positive approach. Ladder if is negative approach. Nested if using for the positive approach. Ladder if for negative approach. See, some scenarios negative approach. Some scenarios yes, positive approach. In some cases you have to think in positive way, some cases negative way. So it depends on the scenarios you can use this kind of things. So ladder if is using for the negative scenario, nested if is for the positive scenarios. That's it. These are different types of if statements. Okay. Yes. 1 second. Let us see some examples here. Before going to examples here, yes, how exactly if statement is working. Let us see. This concept is anywhere same. C language, C++, Scala, yes, or Python, anywhere same. Okay, see if open bracket, close bracket, yes, system.out.println, yes, you said true part, else, system.out.println, yes, it's a false part. Okay, see here I'm using 2 keywords. True part. So true part executes. If true means the true part executes. The true part executed. Suppose same thing false. Now false part execute here. Else false part. Okay. If false, go to else part, false part executes. Okay. See here if statements. Suppose if it is true keyword, if it is true, then take to true parts. Suppose this is false, take to false parts. Suppose for example here int a equal to 10. Okay. Yes. B equal to 5. Now C equal to A greater than B. Right. Now what's the type of variable C? Anyone can you guess it? What's the type of variable C here? Greater than, it's relational. Relational operates returns what? Yesterday explained here. Relational, previous class explained.
Characters.
Greater than returns what? Greater than, less than, all relational operators returns what? All relational operators returns what? Either true or false, right? True or false. True or false. So this return values is a true or false, means Boolean. So what's the type of C? Type of C is Boolean type. It's a Boolean. It's a Boolean type. Boolean C equal to A greater than B. Okay. So what's the value of C here? Either true or false. Okay, 1 second. System dot out dot println display C value. Display C value, right click, run as this words output, true output. C value true. That C can is true here. C less than. Now what's the value of C? It's a false. So C can is C value. What's the value of C? Either true or false. What's the value of C here? It's either true or false. C value is either true or false. Either true or false. Either true or false. Okay, fine. Now here. So C can is either true or false. Now C I am placing here. Yes, what is output of this? What is C can is what true? Now that means if true. True part executes. Right click, run as false part. C is false. A less than B. A less, what is A? 10. What is B? 5. 10 less than 5, it's a false. Suppose A greater than B. A greater, what is A value? 10. What is B value? 5. So 10 greater than 5. It's a true. So what's the value of C? It's a true here. True. True. Now executing true parts. True part executing, right? True parts. That means here C can is true, right? C can is true. Okay, if C can is true, if it is true, if statement will take to this parts. Suppose if it is false, take to else parts. That's here. So if statement, if it is it's a true, then taking this part here. Suppose false, means take to this parts. Now same A greater than B, let us place here. In place of C, directly I'm placing here. A greater than B. Now A greater than returning either true or false. Okay, greater than returning either true or false. Now run it here. It's a true part, right? Now what is happening here? Here greater than. So A greater than B. Here A greater than B. These statements A greater than, this is returning what? True or false. Yes, A greater than B. This is returning true. So if statement receiving what? Either true or false. If statement receiving either true or false. If statement receiving either true or false. If it is receiving true, then this part executes. Suppose receiving false, then else part executes. Okay. Now what is happening here? A greater than B condition. It's a condition. In this condition, greater than comparing two values, not if statements. Yes, generally here, many thinking that if statement comparing A and B values. No, if statement never will compare, never think about values. If statement, I'll just think about either true or false. If statement thinking about either true or false. Now what is happening here? A greater than B, here greater than this operator comparing A and B returns either true or false. Suppose this operator returning true, if statement receiving true, on receiving true, take to true parts. Okay. Suppose false means take to false parts. So greater than operator comparing to values, not if statements. If statement never comparing values. If statement is thinking about true or false. Okay. Suppose if statement, if it is receiving true, take to true part. Receiving false means else part. That's it here. So if statement never comparing A and B values, never think about values here. Okay. Only operator comparing values after comparison here, that relational operators comparing values here, after comparing values here, returns either true or false. Returns either true or false. Okay. Suppose this is returning true, if statement take to true parts. Suppose operator returning false will take to false parts. That's it here. A greater than B. It's a true part. True part. That's it. Okay. Yes. Suppose here if statement either true or false, either true or false, you take here. Suppose some integer 10. Yes, it won't accept Boolean values. That if statement takes only Boolean value, either true or false. Integer it won't take. Suppose string hello, string, yes, hello. It won't take string here. It won't take string or numeric. It's taking Boolean value. So that if statement taking always Boolean value. Not only here, any language, C language or C++ or Java or Scala, anywhere, that if statement receiving only Boolean values, not integer values, not integer. Okay. Now A greater than B. Okay. Yes, it's a true part. True part, that's it. A greater than B. Suppose this previous means is a big number. 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 Else B is big number. Else B is big number. Right. Some example like this. Okay. Yes. A greater than B. If it is true, A is big number. Else B is a big number. B is big number. Okay. Yes. Right click. Run as. See. A is big number. Else B is big number. Okay. Yes. Greater of two numbers. Greater of three numbers. Just I'm leaving for you just to try it. Okay. Greater of two numbers. Very simple program. Program to find the greater of two numbers. Say this is greater of two numbers. This program is the greater of two numbers. Okay. Next, greater of three numbers. I'm leaving for you. Just to try, it's assignment for you. Program to find the greater of three numbers. Program to find the greater of three numbers. It's assignment for you. Yes. Now, we'll see one big example. Yes, this example covers all types of if statements. Like simple if, nest if, ladder if, and all types of if statements. All types. Okay. Yeah, this example is, see, program to find result of a student based on marks. Okay. Yes, if all subjects marks greater than or equal to 40 enough. Otherwise fail. Okay. Yes, if all subjects marks are greater than equal to 40, then pass. Otherwise fail. Simple question this is. Okay. This one you can solve in different ways. Yes, yeah, I'll explain in different ways. Same example you can solve in different ways. If all subjects marks are greater than equal to 40, it's a pass. Okay. Yes, let us take three subjects, marks 1, marks 2, and marks 3. Taking three subjects. Okay. All three subjects are greater than equal to 40, it's a pass. Otherwise fail. Okay. Now, let us write program for this. Okay. Yes, scanner to read data from the keyboard. Scan yes equal to yes new scanner by passing system.in by passing system.in. One second. System.in. Okay. Scanner s equal to new scanner by passing system.in. Okay. System.out.println. Yes. Enter subject 1 marks. Enter subject 1 marks. Enter subject 1 marks. Okay. Yes, int m1 equal to sc dot next int. Okay, subject 1 marks. Next. Yes, enter subject 1 marks. Enter subject 2 marks. Yes, m2. Next, enter subject 3 marks. Subject to subject 3. Subject 3 marks. Yes, m3. Okay. So reading three subjects, m1, m2, and m3. Okay, right? Yes. System.out.println, you can check it. M1 subject 1 plus tab subject 2 plus tab plus subject 3, m3, m1, m2, m3. So right click run as. I'm running this here. Subject in marks, suppose 70 marks. Next 80 marks, suppose 95 marks, subject 3. See 70, 80, 95. That's it. Reading. Okay, reading three subjects marked like this. Okay, now let us start conversion. Yes, how to check it? First, I'm checking for first subject. If M1 is greater than or equal to 40, suppose this is to past in subject 1, right? If M1 is greater than or equal to 40, if it is true, means past in first subject. Now I'm checking second subject here. M2 greater than or equal to 40. Suppose this is true, then past in second subject also. Then third subject. If M3 greater than or equal to 40, greater than or equal to 40, suppose this also true here, then system dot out dot printed pass. It's a pass. Just it's a pass. Pass. That's it here. See how it's working here. First checking for subject 1. Suppose marks 1 is greater than or equal to 70 is 40. Marks 1 70, right? 70 greater than or equal to 40, it's a true. Then control complete. Is a true part. Yes, this is true. So M1 greater than or equal to 40. This is returning true. If true, this part executes. In this part, M2 checking for M2. This is also true. Then control complete here. This is also true. Then pass. This is true. This is true. This is true. All are true. It's a pass. Suppose third in false. Else what? Fail. Else fail, right? System dot out dot println. It's a fail. Else fail. Okay. See, this is true. This is true. Then control come to this also to pass. All subjects pass. Suppose this false. Else fail. That means passed in first two subjects but failed in third subjects. Fail in third subjects. Okay. Next. For the second if else fail. Second if else fail. First if else fail. Here. Okay. Yes. See in Eclipse here some advantage in Eclipse here. So where to start, where to end. See test class. Double click starting, ending, highlighting this is. Okay. Main methods. Double click starting, ending here. Main where to start, where to end. Next if statements. Two parts starting, ending. Else starting, ending. Double click here. You can see starting, ending. Or else place the cursor. Ending automatically highlighting here. Closing brace highlighting. See, select this brace here. Select this brace. Select here. The closing brace highlighted here. Closing brace highlighted. Select this closing brace highlighted. Select this closing brace highlighted. Still confusion is there here. Double click starting, ending, highlighting. Double click starting, ending, highlighting here. Double click starting, ending. Double click starting, ending here. Double click starting, ending, highlighting here. But double click starting, ending. Double click starting, ending, highlighting simply. That's it here. Okay, right? So this is next if. Now right click run as. So subjective marks 90, subjective marks 80, next 60. 20 is pass. 20 is pass here. Next right click run as. Yes, subjective marks. So 50, subjective marks 39, subjective 40. It's a fail. It's a fail. Let's see subject 1 50 marks. Subject 1 is getting 40. It's a true. Subject to 39. 39 getting 40 false. Go to else part, else fail. So this is using nested if. Using nested if. Using nested if. Same example another way. Subject 1 is getting 40 and using and operator. Subject to getting 40 using and. Okay, and subject 3 greater 40. Okay, so using same example using and operator here. Same example using and here. And yes, using and. M1 is greater 40, M2 greater 40, M3 greater 40. All are greater 40 here. Then pass, otherwise fail. Right click, run as. See, subject 1 marks 80, subject 2 marks 90. Yes, next 85. Subject is a pass. Once again, how this if statement is working here. M1 is greater 40. This is true. So the returning true, right? It's a true. M2 greater 40. It's a true. M3 greater 40. It's a true. All are true. All are true. This overall result is true here. Using and operator, using and. If all are true, result is true here. Result is true, then pass. Okay, pass. Suppose, for example, here. For example, suppose this is 80. Suppose this is 75. 75. Suppose this is 39. That case, what happens here? So first one, it's a true. Second one, true. Third one, false, right? True, untrue, it's a true. True, untrue, result is true here. Okay, that result. So this result is between these two, true, right? True, untrue, left, right working here, left, right. So first true, untrue, true here. Yes, there's no these two. Comparing for third condition here. Result of these two conditions true. True and false, false. Go to else part. Else it's a fail. It's working is like this. Else it's a fail here. See that else is a fail. Yes, run as. Subject one. Suppose 80. Yes, 75. 39. It's a fail. Okay, right? Next, suppose one more scenario. Suppose 50. This is. Suppose here 39. Yes, here 60. What happens here? Using all or unoperated, this is true. Next, this is false. Now, what happens here? Using AND operator, once false assume stops there only. It won't go to next condition. It won't check for next condition. True and false, false only. Even it won't check for this. It won't check here and stops. Program stops here only. Go to else part and fail. Okay. See, using AND operator, AND working is like this. See, condition 1 and condition 2. Yes, and condition 3, condition 3, condition 3, and yes, condition 4, and condition 5. Yes, condition 5, and condition 6. Okay, so condition 1 and condition 2 and yes, condition 3 and suppose conditions like this. How this working here? First, the condition 1 is true. Condition 1 is, let us take true. This is if it is first is true, then come to second condition. Second is true, then third one here. Third is true, then come to here. Fourth is true, fifth one. Fifth one is true, then sixth one. Sixth one also finally result is true here. That's it. Okay, all are true, result is true. Now condition 1 is true. Condition 2 true. Yes, condition 3 true. Condition 4 true. Yes, condition 5 true. Condition 6 false. Result is false. Result is false. Result is false. Okay. Now here, yes, suppose condition 1 is true. Condition 2 true. Yes, condition 3 true. Condition 4 true. Condition 5 false. Yes, here one stops getting false immediately. Yes, it won't check for next sixth condition. It won't check it. It won't check for sixth condition. Okay, right? Next, another scenario. Suppose condition 1 is true. Condition 2 true. Condition 3 yes true. Yes, condition 4 false. Here one stops. It won't go for fifth one here. It won't go for fifth one here. Okay, it won't go for fifth one here. Okay, yes. See, this is for whenever false, stop there only here. Here false, yes, it won't check for 5 and 6 conditions, stopping here only. So this is false getting here. Next, this is true. Yes, next, this is true. Next, this is false. Here only stops. Even it won't go for fourth condition. Stopping at third condition only. It won't go for next conditions. It won't check it. Program, it won't work here. Not only here. C, C++, Java, anywhere it's a compare the concept here. Anywhere same here. Okay. Next, suppose this is true. Okay. Next, this is false. Here only stops. Is a false getting. False. It won't check for other conditions. So first condition itself is false. Stopping here only. Stopping here only. Here only. This is the advantage of this. First condition itself. First condition itself false. There only stop. It won't go to next conditions. Okay. First condition itself is false. Here only stopping here. It won't go to next conditions. Okay. That's working of fund here. Working of fund levels. Okay. See, condition 1, condition 2. Yes, all are true, result is true here. See, all are true. Finally, result is true. Okay. Suppose once false stops here. Here false stopping here. Here false stopping. Here false stopping. Here false stopping. That's it here. So this is working of AND operator. Here working of AND operator is like this. Okay. Right. So this is yes, using nested if and AND operator here. Nested if AND operator. Nested if AND operator. Same example. Yes, Now negative approach. Now this positive approach we discussed. Checking for pass, checking for pass, checking for pass. All are checking for pass is a positive approach. Now let us go for reverse. Checking for fail. M1 less than 40. Suppose this is to declaring directly fail. So not required check others, right? Direct declaring fail. M1 less than 40. It's a fail. M1 less than 40 fail. Suppose if it is false, else if false, else if M2. M2 less than 40, it's a fail. If M1 is less than 40, displaying fail. M1 less than 40, displaying fail. Suppose if it is false, go to else part. Else if M2 less than 40, declaring fail, right? This is. See, 1 second. M1 less than 40, direct declaring fail. Suppose if it is false, then go to second subject. Otherwise not necessary. Here only stopping here. If M1 left first subject itself is less than 40, declaring fail. By checking others not required. First step itself failed. Suppose if it is okay, false means go to else part. Else M2 less than 40. It's a true means yes, it's a fail here. Else if third subject. M3 less than 40. Okay. Else it's a pass. Else it's a pass. Okay. M1 less than 40 fail. Else if M2 less than 40 true means fail. This statement executing means passed in first subject but fail in second subject. This statement executing means passed in first subject but fail in second subject. Suppose this also false. Else if this one here, third one. Suppose this is to means fail. That means pass in first subject but fail in third subject. Suppose this also false, else pass. So this using ladder if. Negative approach. Same example, negative approach. Same example, negative approach. Now this example you can solve another way. Any one of the subject is less than 40, declaring fail. Anyone less than 40, M1 less than 40 or M2 less than 40, M2 less than 40, yes, or M3 less than 40 or M3 less than 40. Anyone is less than 40, declaring fail here. See, anyone or anyone less than 40, M1 less than 40, M2 less than 40, M3 less, anyone is less than 40, it's a fail. Else pass. Yes, how this R is working. For example, here, this is the, yes, suppose 70, this is 80, 1 second. Suppose this is 39, okay, 1 second, 70, suppose 80, suppose this 90, how it's working here. M1 less than 40, false. If it is false, go to next statement. 80 less than 40, false. If it is false, go to next statement. M3 less than 40, false. Yes, all are false. Result is now false. Result is false. Getting false, else pass. That's it. This is false, then go to next statement. This is false, next statement. This is false, go to here, false, else pass. Suppose for example, this is some 39 is there. What happens here? This is false, go to next statement. This is false, go to next, here is a true. True means this returns true. 1 is true, result is true here. At least 1 is enough here. Okay, yes. Yes, so okay. So this is false, then this is true, the result is true. Okay, suppose for example, this is 39. What happens here? 39, if it is 39, what happens? First one, M1 less than 40, false, then control complete here. M2 less than 40, it's true means direct this two part executes. It won't check for next one. This condition is to stops. See, and operator. Yes, or condition 1 or condition 2 or condition 3 or condition 4 or conditionify or how it's work. Reverse of and see condition when false or then control come to here. Checking for second condition false, then third condition false, fourth condition false, fifth condition false, sixth condition false, result is false. It's a false. Now first condition is false, second one is false, third one is false, fourth one false, fifth one is true. Yes, here and stops, result is true. That's it. So by using R operator, using R, if it is true, there is stopping here. Okay, suppose this is false, this is false, this is false, this is true, here is stopping. Yes, then it's a true output. It won't check for condition 5 and 6. False case, it won't go to next one. Reverse. True case, if it is true, go to next one, to next one. But false case, first one false, go to second one, second false, third one like this. Once a condition becomes true, stops. Anyone is true, enough here. R means anyone, right? Anyone true, result is true. One is enough. Okay. Yes. Not required, check all this case. Suppose this is false. Suppose this is false. This is true, stopping here only. Stopping here only. Okay. Suppose this is false. Suppose this is true, stopping here only. Stopping here only. Suppose first condition itself is true, stopping here only. It won't go for next one. Okay, it won't go for next one. Suppose, for example, first condition here 39 marks. 39 marks. Okay, 39. Suppose this is 50 marks. Suppose this is 69 marks. Even 50 and 69, it won't check it here. See, first condition M1 less than 40, it's a true. Yes, it's a true. This is true. This is true, right? M1 less than 40, 39 less than 42 directly goes to this one, executes. It won't check for rest of the conditions. It won't check other conditions. Checking first condition itself is true, stopping here only. First condition itself is true, stopping here only, then it's a executing true parts. Using AND operator, what happens here? First condition itself is false, stopping here only. First condition itself is false, stopping. Yes, in case of R operator, first condition itself is true, stopping there only. That's it here. Reverse. So this is AND R working is like this. AND R working like this. Not only here, anywhere common logic. This is C language, C++, Java, Scala, anywhere same here. Same concepts. See this. Yes, subject 1, subject 2 like this. Subject 1, 39, subject 2, 40. Yes, next 50 like this. It's a fail. It's a fail. So this is working of R operator. R means anyone, and means all. See, all are greater than equal to 40 using AND operator. So requirement, for example, here, requirement is, suppose your thinking logic is logical thinking. Suppose requirement is all are greater than or equal to 40, then pass, otherwise fail. That case go for AND. Okay, not only marks here, any scenario, all are greater than equal to 40, all are greater than equal to some value, use AND. Suppose anyone scenario, anyone less than or greater than, anyone greater than 50, do something, anyone less than 50, do something here, anyone greater than 100, do something less than anyone situation. Okay, anyone. Okay, so all means use AND. All scenario go for AND here. Anyone scenario go for R. That's it. These are logical program. These are programming skills. All the programming skills. Okay. Yeah, this kind of skills you must have. Okay. All anyone. Okay. Fine. Now here. Question for you guys. Here, guys. Question for you guys is assignment. See, assignment is subject wise pass or fail I want to display. Okay, next Result, final result I want. Final result I want. Requirements. Okay. Yes. See, for example here, for example, marks 1 is equal to 50. Marks 2 is equal to some 60. Yes. Marks 2 equal to 60. Marks 3 is equal to some 40. So marks 3 is equal to, let us say, 45. No require, yes, output should be, yes, subject 1 pass. I want this like this. Okay, subject 1 passed. Okay, subject 1 passed. Yes, I want this output like this. Subject 1 passed. Next, subject 2 passed. Okay, yes, subject 3 passed. Yes, I want all these messages. After finally, student passed. Students passed. Student passed. Student passed. This I want. Yes, next one more scenario. This okay, fine. Suppose if it is like this, M1, M2, M3. Suppose here is a 39 is there. Subject 1 passed. Subject 2 passed. Subject 3 failed. Yes, at least one fail is there. At least one fail is student is failed. That I want. Yeah, these are my requirements. Yes, anyone can write this program. Yes, requirements. Yes, subject wise pass or fail, displaying here. Pass or fail. Okay, displaying. Displayed. Okay. Yes, should be displayed here. Should be displayed. It's assignment for you. Yes, all are pass. Then yes, result is final result is pass. Yes, final result is pass here. Final results passed. Yes, for example, this example here. Example, yes, M1, M2, M3. Subject 1 pass, subject 2 pass, subject final student is passed. Suppose second case, second example. Yes, this is failed, right? Subject 3 failed. This kind of message I want. Like this one. This assignment for you guys. Yes, I'm sharing WhatsApp. Yeah, this is first assignment. Next assignment. Second assignment. There are 4 subjects. There are 4 subjects. There are 4 subjects. There are 4 subjects. Okay. At least 3 passed. Yes. Okay. Any 3 passed. Any 3 subjects passed. Any three subjects passed. 20 is passed. One subject is optional. Any 3 subjects. Any three subjects passed. 20 is passed. 20 is passed. Yes. 3 enough. Okay. Passed. Okay. So one subject. Any one subject is optional. Anyone. Yes. Anyone is optional. No problem. Anyone is optional. See, here there are 4 subjects. Any 3 subjects. Any 3 subjects. Any 3 subjects greater than or equal to 40 passed. Then student is passed. Okay. Yes. Student is passed, right? Otherwise, fail. 3 subjects enough. Out of 4 subjects, M1, M2, M3, M4. Out of 4 subjects, 3 subjects enough. 4th subject not necessary here. Anyone is optional. One subject is optional. One is less than 40, no problem, no issue. It's a pass. But 3 subjects have to pass. 3 subjects have to pass. So this is yes, next assignment. Okay. Next assignment. This is right. Okay. Yes, next. Yes, based on the average marks, grade of the students. Grade of the students. Grade of students based on average marks. Based on the average marks. Average marks. Based on average marks. See, the average value is greater than or equal to 90. Yes. Grade A. It's grade A. Okay. Yes. 1 second. In this also one more condition here. Grade of the student based on average marks. If student is pass, if student is pass, then grades. Then grades. Okay. If fail, no grades. Fail and no grades. If student is pass, then grades here. Otherwise, no grades. Okay, no grades. Okay, suppose if student is failed, if student is failed here, fail, no grades. Yes, then no grades, no grades. That means first of all you have to check for the pass or fail. If student is pass, then find the average marks. Take 3 subjects enough. 3 here. Okay. Yeah, 3 subjects marks. 3 subject marks. 3 subject marks. 3 subjects marks. Okay, take 3 subjects marks here. 3 subject marks. Grade of students based on average marks. Yes, if student is passed, then grades. If student fail, no grades. So that means first of all you have to check for the pass or fail. If student is pass, yes, pass and check for grade here. So the average value is greater than or equal to 90, grade A. Grade A. Suppose the average values, yes, the average values, this is 82, 89. 82, 89, it's a grade B. It's a grade B. Okay, next. The average values, 72. Okay, 72, 79. Yes. Grade. Yes. Grade C. So the average values get equivalent to grade A. The average value is 80 to 90, 89, grade B here. 70 to 79, grade C. Okay. Next, average value is 60 to 69. Yes, 60 to 69. It's a grade C. Grade D. Else grade E. Okay, average value is less than 60. Less than 60, it's a grade E. Grade E. Grade E. So based on average. So this is next requirement. So this is next. Okay, next. Okay, next. One more. Now this based on average marks. I don't want average. Okay. So based on marks, subject marks here. Subject marks based on subject marks grade here. Yes, grades based on subject marks. Grade based on subject marks. Yes. See, all subjects are yes, all subject marks, all are greater than, yes, all are greater than or equal to 90, then it's a grade A. Yes, all here, it's a grade A. All should be 90. Yes, all should be 90. It's a grade A. All should be 90, it's a grade A. Okay, correct? Yes. Yes, grade based on subject marks. So there are 4 subjects. Yes, here, yes, 3 subjects are no problem. Yes, all are greater than or equal to 90, grade A. All subjects not based on average. Based on every subject, every subject is graded and getting grade A, right? Suppose, yes, 80 to 90. Next is 80 to 90. If it is 80 to 89, then grade B. How this is here? Grade B. Yes, grade B. How this is here? See, 80 to 90. Suppose out of 3 subjects, okay, let's take some 5 subjects. Better you take 5 subjects here. 5 subjects for easy understanding. 5 subjects. Let's take 5 subjects here. 5 subjects. Grade based on subject marks. All are greater than or equal to 90. It's okay. Find grade A. Okay, right? Yes. 80 to 89. Suppose if it is 80 to 89. If it is 80 to 89 here, then grade B. Yes, in this case here. Yes, 80 to 89. Suppose 4 subjects are 90, but one subject is between 80 to 90, then it's a grade B. Yes, one subject in this range, then grade B. Okay, at least one subject is enough here. Suppose you have 5 subjects, out of 5 subjects, 4 subjects are greater than 90, but one subject is 80 to 89. So at least one. Yes, at least one. So at least, yes. See, all are greater than equal to, yes, 80 to 89, then grade B. Every should be matched. Here also all are 80 to 99, 89. All should be 80 to 89, then grade B. Right, okay. Suppose one subject. Suppose all are greater equal to 90, but yes, suppose 4 subjects are all are greater equal to 90, it's grade A. Suppose 5 subjects, out of 5, yes, out of 5, one subject is 89, 89, it's a grade B. Okay, suppose 4 are 90 here, but one is 80 to 89, that is grade B here. That means all should be within this range here. If not of this range, then it's a grade B. That's it here. Like this. Next, 70 to 79. All are greater than equal to 70 to 79. That case, 70 to 79. 70 to 79. See, suppose all subjects are greater than 80. Okay. Then grade B, okay. Suppose one subject is less than 80, that goes to grade C. One subject is, at least one is less than 80, simply goes to grade C. Okay. Yes, next. That means here that count, we should take the count. Greater than or equal to 90 count is 5, then grade A. Next, greater than or equal to 80 to 89, that count is 5, it's a grade B. Suppose 4 is there, yes, that grade 80 to 89, that count, you have to check the count here, try it. First of all, you try, yes, otherwise tomorrow class I'll explain. 70 to 79. Yes, whatever you want, use or and whatever you want. Okay.
Sir, like you are asking about,
Tell me.
sir, you are asking about individual subject grade, like
Yes,
individual
yes,
subject.
individual subject, individual.
Oh, okay, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Sir, in this, sir, when we are taking that individual grades, in that you are asking that each subject we need to calculate at the same time, at least one
Yes,
subject
yes,
in
each
that.
subject. Yes,
Okay.
every subject. This is every subject. This is the average. Average of all
Okay.
subjects. Next, even this
No,
also
no,
individual subjects.
when coming to
This
the
also
average, you are asking that each subject we need to calculate the term and like above 80 to 89% each
yes,
subject.
each subject.
That
Yes,
need to be made in each subject.
each
Otherwise, it will
subject.
come
Yes,
to that C grade like this.
yes, C grade. Yes, right. Now this
Okay, sir.
average case is average of all subject, but every subject, each subject, this is each subject, every subject should be yes greater than equal to 90 minutes. It's a grade A. Suppose out of 5 subjects, 4 subjects are greater than equal to 90, but one subject is less than 90. It's a come to grade B. That comes to grade B. Suppose 80 to 90. Suppose all subjects are 4 subjects are greater than 80. But one subject is less than 80, that goes to 70, is grade C. Suppose 4 subjects are greater than 70, but one subject less than 70, means go to 60 here. Suppose 60. Suppose 4 subjects are greater than or equal to 60, but one subject less than 60 means grade D. That's it here. Grade D and E like that. Like that I want here. Okay, means everyone should be, yes, everyone has to satisfy, means each subject, every subject has to satisfy. Okay, so grade A count, grade B count, grade C, just take counter variable. Check individual subject, take counter variable. Yes, here you can't use and R. And R, it won't work here. I'm giving hint also. Just take one counter variable. Take one counter variable. Yes, grade A count, grade B count, grade C count, grade D count, grade E count. Take counter variable. Based on counter variable, you can work out it. Okay. So this is one more. Okay. Yes. Next, one more assignment. One more assignment. Suppose, yes, cricket batsman score. Yes, suppose score value. Suppose enter cricket batsman score value less than 0. It's invalid input. Output is invalid. You should enter minimum 0. Score is less than 0. Invalid. Invalid. That message invalid input. Invalid input. Invalid input. Suppose score is equal to 0. It's a duck out. Displaying duck out. Displaying duck out. Displaying duck out. So score is, score values, yes, greater than the score values 1 to 49. 1 to 49. Yes, it's a normal score. Just it's normal score. Displaying as normal score. Suppose score is 50 to 99. It's half century. Displaying half century. Displaying half century. Suppose score is 100 to, yes, 199. Yes, it's a century. Displaying century. Okay, century. Next, score is greater than or equal to 200 means double century. And if double and triple is not necessary, double century. Double century. These things you have to solve it. Cricket batsman score less than 0, invalid input here, equals to duck out. Yes, 1 to 49 normal score, 50 to 99 half century, 100 to 99 it's a century here. Yes, next greater than or equal to 200 it's double century. This is one more. Yes, that input you have to enter from the keyboard. Score value enter from the keyboard. Okay. So that's it. So these things. Okay, these are the assignments for you guys. Can you try it? Yes, 1 second. Except this first you try. Yes, this later, this somewhat difficult. This is time taken. Finally, you can try this one. Except this one. 5 subjects, grade based on subject marks. Individual subjects. Except this one, others solve it. Okay, this one take your own time. Maybe 3 or 4 days, no issue. Okay, but others you have to solve tomorrow. Okay, yes. Except this one, and all things you have to solve tomorrow by the class time. 1 second. How many assignments are given totally? Let me check WhatsApp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assignments. Out of 5, 4 should be solved. Try to solve all. Yes, any doubts? Like this, many assignments we are going to discuss. Okay, yes. Any doubts? If no doubts, let us wind up session for today. Yes, no doubts. Yes, okay, yeah. Thank you. So thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Yes, I'll see how many guys will solve this one. They are very simple assignments. Try to solve it. Yeah, thank